Hey, what's up? My name's Eric, and today it's baseball opening day. On opening day every year, I do get the craving for a hot dog, and it's no different this year. This year, I want to make the ideal hot dog for opening day. You can do this yourself at your home, and I beg of you to try it. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, join the notification thing, buy stuff off my Amazon thing, because then I can make money. So, yeah, thanks. See ya. Have fun watching.
For the hot dog buns, we're starting with a Tangzhong. That's going to contain 45 grams of water, 45 grams of milk, and 15 grams of all-purpose flour. Mixing that on medium heat constantly for about 1 minute until it comes together in this thick mashed potato-y like substance. We're going to want to let that get to room temperature before adding it to the rest of our dough ingredients. The first thing we're adding for our dough is 110 grams of milk as well as 1 large egg, 6 grams of active dry yeast, all of your Tangzhong from earlier, that's going to drop in and sort of plop. You're going to add 50 grams of sugar, 5 grams of salt, and some unsalted butter, that's 60 grams to be specific, cut into cubes. We're also adding 300 grams of all-purpose flour and using our dough hook attachment on medium-low speed for about 4 to 6 minutes until this comes together in a slacky sort of smooth texture that we can see right here. Cutting the speed off of this, we're going to remove from our stand mixer and cover in plastic wrap. We're going to let that sit for about an hour and a half until it roughly has doubled in size, and in the meantime we're making pickles. That's 1 cup vinegar, 1 cup water, 1 tablespoon sugar, and 1 tablespoon salt. Going on just until boiling. We'll cut up our cucumbers in the meantime. For this hot dog we want to make these pickle spears, so I'm cutting off the ends of our pickles, cutting in half once, and then you're going to cut down the middle of that once again to make these beautiful pickle spears. Vinegar water is done now, so we're going to add all of our pickles to a container that can hold all of them. I used a glass pickle jar from earlier and fill that up all the way with our vinegar water mixture. Next we can add some seasoning. I just added garlic powder and some red chili flakes. We're going to throw the cap onto that and make sure you mix it all around just for good measure. Next we're going to work on our dough. It has been an hour and a half, so we're dropping that onto a seasoned board and portioning into 10 60-gram pieces. These are all equal. Doesn't need to be perfect, but try your best. Next we're going to work on rolling each of those pieces into nice little balls. You can see the technique that I'm using to do that, just with my hand covering almost like it's a doorknob and rotating clockwise until they come into a nice circle. You'll repeat that step with every single one. Next, you're going to want to cover those dough balls with another sheet pan and let that sit out for about another hour while they proof. Once they have proofed, you can take them out and you can roll them into the shapes that you want your hot dog buns to be. You can also see the technique that I'm doing, rolling it over top of each other and then rolling it out into a nice dough. Right here, I'm using my bench scraper to measure them. I want these to be about 5 inches long, and that's the exact length that my bench scraper will measure to. So this is perfect. These are going to fit the hot dogs well, I hope. So what we're going to do is drop those onto our pan, and we're going to repeat this process for every single one of these. At this point, I should mention that this pan is lightly greased just to make sure we don't lose any ripping off the pan. Covering that and letting it proof for another 15 minutes before adding an egg wash on top of it. And this is done to let our poppy seeds stick to the top of our buns. Every good hot dog bun must contain poppy seeds. That is non-negotiable. So we're adding all of those right now. We're throwing into a 350-degree oven for about 25 minutes. And working on our hot dogs where those are baking. That's the easiest part of this step. Just drop them into water and wait till they're boiling, then they're done. In the meantime, we're prepping some toppings. These are onions. I'm going to finely dice these onions up really nice, throw them into a bowl and put aside for later. We're also going to dice up a tomato or just chop a tomato. I want thin, longer slices that'll fit inside of a hot dog bun. Also going to work on some quote-unquote relish. What I'm doing here is just chopping up a pickle that I made. That should be easy enough for you. I'm going to pull the buns out after about 25 minutes and they look incredible. Hot dogs are boiling at this point as well, so we'll be able to remove one of those. That thing is massive, and we're going to get to prepping. Here's me talking.
All right, let's assemble one of these babies. You get a knife, and biggest bun I have, this one. Okay, and yeah, it's not long enough. So what I'm gonna do first is, no offense to this part of the hot dog or this part of the hot dog, but it's getting cut out of the equation. We need this thing to fit, all right? And reveal the innards of our beautiful, beautiful bun. First thing, I'm going a mustard on the bottom like that. And also, like, people from Chicago or people like hot dog snobs, which I think is like a weird thing to be. Well, obviously you can't put ketchup on a hot dog, but just put ketchup on a hot dog if you want ketchup. I don't care. All right. And then a little relish, which is basically just chopped up pickles. Okay. Then we're tossing the dog on top of that. 2 peppers. Didn't have Vienna peppers, so I got those Greek pizza parlor peppers. And then we're going tomatoes on this side. Tomatoes. This thing's already falling apart. And we gotta get a pickle on there. So I'm gonna throw the pickle right here. And am I missing anything? Maybe more mustard on the top, I guess. And onions. How could I forget onions? Chopped up onions. Need more than that. Beautiful. And that's what we're working with, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful Chicago-style hot dog, don't you know? All right. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. I mean, I've never had so much flavor packed into a hot dog before. That's fantastic. I never liked the natural casing hot dog. I didn't like the snap, but I think I'm converted. That's top tier. Thank you for watching. Peace.